everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Heather, and this is where we talk about all things books. Today is going to be my 2023 December and yearly wrap up. But let's get started on these books. In December, I read 13 books, and technically 14 if you count the two that I did not DNF, because I did just stop reading a couple of them. So let's go over all of these books. I talked about some of them in the video that I did last month for the 25 Days of Christmas Vlogmas thing. So I will link that one above, and I read romance novels for 24 hours, and so a few of them came from here, but I'm including them in my wrap up, but I won't go into so much detail for them because I did go over them in detail during that video. So if you want more, you can go watch that video. But though in that video I did Along Came Holly, Bright Winter Lights, Upside Down Christmas, and A Little Magic. All of those were Christmas romances, and I actually only really liked one of the four. And it was, honestly, those four were disappointing to me. Well, three of the four were disappointing to me, and two of them ended up being having explicit content in them, and I didn't. I even researched one of them, and it said it was a Fade to Black, and it definitely was not Fade to Black, and I was upset about that. But that's all that I'll say about those four. If you want more on those, you can go watch the other video. But the rest of them I read was A Newport Christmas, A Christmas Spark, Single and Ready to Jingle, A Christmas Carol, Cupcakes for Christmas, 8 Winter Nights, On a Night Like This, Whole Lotta Mistletoe, and So This Is Christmas. And also The Christmas Spirit, which is right here. I did not finish this one. I started reading it and it just didn't interest me at all. I think I got about a third of the way through. I got at least to chapter 6, I think, and then I stopped reading it because it just didn't interest me. And then the other one that I didn't finish was So This Is Christmas. I didn't really care for that one either. I actually got about halfway through this one, and then I just stopped reading it because it just was so boring and I just didn't like it. So those two I didn't finish reading, but the rest of them what I read all of. And okay, so we'll start with A Newport Christmas. This was probably one of my favorites that I read. It is a Christmas romance, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It was a closed door romance, and it honestly was a lot of fun to read. And then I had A Christmas Spark, which was another favorite, also a Christmas romance, and it is closed door, and I did thoroughly enjoy that one. I kind of wished it was longer. It was not very long at all. You can definitely tell that it is a novella, but I don't know, I just really enjoyed it, and I felt that way for a couple others, which was The 8 Winter Nights and On a Night Like This, as well as Bright Winter Lights. Those three were Hanukkah romances, and I really, really enjoyed them too, but they were novellas, and they were so short, and I wanted more, but I didn't get more because it's a novella. But those three are the three Hanukkah romances are actually from the same friend group, and so you're seeing how each friend gets the love of their life and has their turn at romance. And so it is interesting, and I did enjoy those. Then I had single and ready to jingle. I did not like this one at all, and I kind of wish I would have DNF'd it because I just didn't. That's how much I just didn't like it. That one, and also Cupcakes for Christmas. If it weren't for the fact that I was making cinnamon rolls and in the middle of rolling them out and putting icing in the middle of the cinnamon rolls, I do make a lot of cinnamon rolls, so it wasn't like I just made one quick batch and then I could stop reading it. No, I was in the middle of doing, shoot, I don't know. I had 4 big batches, actually it was 5 big batches of cinnamon rolls that I rolled out and iced and cut up and everything while I was listening to Cupcakes for Christmas. And it was so boring to me. It was nice at first and I was enjoying it at first, but then it just kept going on and on and on, and I was kind of getting bored. And if I wasn't doing cinnamon rolls, I would have just not read it, but I didn't have the time. My hands were messy, and I just didn't have the time to stop and look for another book to listen to while I was doing cinnamon rolls. So I ended up finishing that while I was doing cinnamon rolls, and then I went on to A Christmas Carol, and I thoroughly enjoyed Christmas Carol. It was a lot of fun to read and get to see the differences between the movies and the actual book. And there's not a whole lot of differences. I discussed this with my husband after I had finished listening to it, and then, well, I was listening to it and I read, oh, it's not there. Where did I put it? I guess I moved it, but I had it right here. It's not there anymore, so I don't know where I put it. It is one of those that I did enjoy. Oh, shoot. It's right here. Look at that. I finished reading it. I started listening to it while I was doing cinnamon rolls, and then I moved on to reading it after I was done and I was waiting for them to all cool. I really did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun. It was so quick, obviously, because it's about that long. And even the audiobook said it was about 2 hours. And it didn't take me even 2 hours to finish reading it. Yeah, I did enjoy this one. This was another one of my favorites. And then I have A Whole Lot of Mistletoe, which was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't the worst one that I read this year. It was interesting, but there were just a lot of things in it. I wish the romance was more defined in it. It was just kind of, the romance was just kind of like thrown together, and you didn't really see any sparks or chemistry between the two. You just see them say, this is what happened in the past, and now here we are together. Let's be together again because it worked out in the past, so it should work out now. That was pretty much the gist of it, and it was kind of like, I didn't care for the romance in it, but the rest of the story, I thought it was pretty funny. Overall, it was a very funny book to read, and I enjoyed it. And then, yeah, that's it for all of my Christmas romance books. Now let's move on to the yearly wrap up. Over the course of 2023, I read 79 books. Now, this also includes manga and volumes of manga. So for me, getting through volumes of manga does not take as long as it does an actual book, because, you know, a manga is pictures with writing on it. So it's a comic book style book, obviously, if you don't know what manga is. So that's just the gist of it. But it includes all of the 79 books that I read includes all of the volumes of manga that I also read. So it's, honestly, I enjoyed reading this year. Now, I did have a lot of trouble finding things that I enjoyed this year, or this past year. I read a lot of books that I should have just DNF'd and not even spent any more time on, And so this year, my goal is to not do that. If I'm not enjoying the book, I'm just going to put it down. I'm not going to spend my time on something that I am not enjoying. That's what I want to do. But that is all that I have for my 2023 wrap up. Like I said, I read 79 books and manga volumes, and it was a lot of fun. I learned a whole lot last year, and going forward into 2024 is going to be so interesting, and I'm ready to see what it holds for us. I will do a January TBR as well as the year TBR, or my goals for the year, in another video, so keep watching for that. And I also have a lot of other fun videos coming up this year, or this month. I have my birthday, YouTube birthday this month, as well as gonna be going through my favorites and least favorites of 2023, and it's going to be a lot of fun this month, and I'm looking forward to it. So until next time, I will see you all later. Oh, I forgot. What is your favorite read of December? Mine, I have to say, is probably A Newport Christmas and A Christmas Carol. I think it's a tie between those two. So that is what I have for today. Let me know your favorite book that you read in December, and I will see you all next time. Bye.